Hey y'all, so lately I've been reading a lot less than I want to be reading. At the beginning of 2014, I was reading at a fairly rapid rate for me, and I was getting through several books in a month. And now I'm lucky if I get through 2 or 3. And I wouldn't say I'm in a reading slump because I am typically still reading something even if it's at a pretty slow pace. However, a lot of the time I just find myself sitting on my laptop just kind of doing something without really thinking. Maybe it's watching YouTube, maybe it's just scrolling around on a website. I just am absent-mindedly doing stuff rather than reading or doing something else that might be more productive. And I really want to fix this because I have a lot of books on my TBR that I'm really excited about and I really want to get to, and for some reason I'm just not picking them up. And again, it's not that I'm not excited about them or not interested in them, it's just I find myself absent-mindedly on the internet all the time instead of actually reading. And so I've come up with an idea to get myself to read more. I've come up with a list of 15 books that I must finish by the end of August if I actually want my book buying ban to end at the end of August. So if I finish all of them by the end of August, that's great. I can go back to buying books. I can buy whatever I want. However, if I don't, still not allowed to buy books. I haven't decided how much longer the ban will extend, probably until I do finish these 15 books. However, my main point is the ban doesn't end at the beginning of September unless I've read these 15 books. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you the 15 books. So the first 8 are pretty obvious. They're the books on my Summer of Sanderson challenge. Obviously we have the 3 books of the Mistborn trilogy, Warbreaker, Elantris, the novella Emperor's Soul that goes along with Elantris, The Way of Kings, and The Rhythmatist. So yeah, all of the Brandon Sanderson books that you see behind me, except for Words of Radiance, are the first 8 books on the list. And the 9th book is also right there with them, and that is The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. This one is really intriguing me, and so I figured I should just get to it pretty quickly. Book number 10 is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Again, like with The Queen of the Tearling, this one is really high up on my TBR. It's really intriguing to me, and I've been wanting to read it for several months now, so I am going to get to it this summer, or else my ban won't end. Book number 11 is Night Film by Marisha Pessl. It's the same story as with the last 2. This one's really high up on my TBR, and I've been wanting to get to it for several months, and so I'm going to get to it this summer. And it's the same story with book 12, which is The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon. Like with the last few, this has been high up on my TBR for quite a while. I actually tried to get to this one for about a month by rereading The Bone Season, but it just never happened. And so yeah, now I need to read it this summer if I want my ban to end. Book number 13 is the rest of the Bane Chronicles. I have read the first 6 novellas and I have 4 more left. I believe it's about 200 pages, so I'm assuming that's 4. And like I've said in the past, I'm not super loving this. I mean, obviously Magnus Bane is amazing and I've said many times how much I love him. However, novellas aren't necessarily my favorite, and so it's taken me a long time to get through this. I read the 6 novellas back in November and December, and I haven't picked it up since then, and so I just really need to finish this up. Number 14 is Cress by Marissa Meyer, which I am currently 100 pages into. This one is on the list basically just because I was in the process of reading it, and I obviously want to finish this by the end of the summer since I'm already reading it. And book number 15 is Armada by Ernest Cline, which is not out yet, so I don't have a physical copy yet. I was trying to think of a 15th book, and I decided to just go with a book that I knew I wanted to get to immediately upon its release. So yeah, I have to read it before the end of the summer, or else my ban will continue. So yeah, I feel like this is just going to be a big help to me, and it's going to be pretty great motivation for me to actually read, especially now that the new Shadowhunter covers have been released, and I really want to get the new books because they're releasing on September 1st. And so yeah, I really want to buy those, and so if I want to get those when they are released, I have to read these books. And also I have a few books that are actually on my TBR that I want to buy when September rolls around. So yeah, I really need to read these books. And these don't necessarily have to be the only books that I read this summer. There are lots of other ones that I really want to get to as well, and so hopefully I'll get to these and more. I did the math, and if I finish Cress by the end of May, I will then have 92 days to read, I think, 7,456 pages, and so that's like 81 pages a day, and if that's not doable, I don't know what is. So yeah, 81 pages is not a ton, so hopefully I can get through these books and hopefully I'll really enjoy them and it will get me wanting to read again rather than just sitting on the internet scrolling absentmindedly like I do all the time. So yeah, that is all for this video on the books that I have to read this summer. As always, I will leave links down in the description to my blog, Twitter, and Goodreads. Please add me as a friend on Goodreads. I would love to be friends with all of you. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!